Hello, my name is Hased Manasseh, and I will be talking about why college athletes should not be paid. Now, I know this can be an unpopular opinion coming from an athlete, a collegiate athlete myself, that yes, being paid would be extremely beneficial to me. It would help me a lot with just uh, everyday stuff, buying groceries, buying snacks, even help paying for tuition. But unfortunately, there are just way too many conflicts. It can create a lot of problems paying each and every single athlete in every division, whether it's D1, D2, junior college, NAI, NCAA, paying all these athletes uh, with equal pay can create a lot of conflicts. So I'd like to dive in and tell you why these college athletes should not be paid. Now, the first reasoning is that these athletes are student athletes, and now paying attention to that first word, that they are students. Their main priority and they should prioritize school more than anything else. Looking at percentages, the percentage of these athletes really moving on to the next level in life, that next level in that sport, whether they get drafted or things like that, it's extremely low that these athletes actually go pro. And being able to have a degree, have a backup plan, and just having that will help them in the future, will help them in the long run, and can help them create a source of income if sports don't go as planned. And with poor grades, it can create players to be ineligible for games. It can create them to be suspended, and this can lead to a drop for them. Now, when I mean a drop for them, I mean in their draft stock. And when these players drop in draft stock, then basically they won't be able to make it to the next level. So when having these poor grades can cause them to drop out of classes, and that will only cause them to spend more money and to pay more money to the university. So this is the first reason why college athletes shouldn't be paid. They are students, and they should prioritize being a student and getting that degree, having a secondary plan in life, and being able to use that degree to have a source of income if sports don't work out. Now, moving on to the second reason why college athletes should not be paid is that they are already on scholarships. There are many outside scholarships that are available for anybody. There is financial aid, and there is just so many other types of benefits out there for these college athletes that they are able to apply for. It's free for everybody to apply. Now, yes, it can take some work. It can take putting in time and effort, like writing an essay or just answering a bunch of questions, but it's worth it to apply for all these outside scholarships. And college athletes are usually already on some kind of scholarship when they were offered to attend that university by the coach. Now, a huge thing is that there's financial aid is a big helper in paying for school, and it's available to literally everybody. So it's free. Yes, you got to put some time and effort, but it's free and it's available to everybody. Now, there are also the many outside other scholarships that I talked about. There's all kinds of scholarships in this world that we are able to apply for, and those will help in paying for tuition. Now, there are also many other benefits out there for universities, and it could be a military benefit or a disability benefit. There are many other types of benefits that can help pay for tuition and that can support these college athletes. So with scholarships and these benefits and applying for all these scholarships, they're already receiving a lot of money. And just putting a salary on them and paying these athletes will only cause the university to just lose more money and to put more athletes or put more money into these athletes. So that's my second reason why college athletes should not be paid. And I believe that is a big one. It's an important one. Now, moving on to the final reason why college athletes should not be paid is that it can create many conflicts. Now, what I mean by this, I have repeated this, but it can create unfairness, it can be very unbalanced, and it's going to come with a lot of issues. Now, trying to pay each and every single athlete is going to be extremely tough. There are so many college athletes in this world, and there's so many universities and colleges in America that there are thousands of athletes out there. And trying to pay each and every athlete with the equal amount of pay, it's going to create conflict not only between like students and coaches, but between these athletes. We have seniors, we have freshmen, we have starters, we have people that don't start. And I feel like it would turn almost into a business. And once it turns into a business, they don't focus on school. So like it's kind of unfair. Like just think about it, paying a starter the same amount of money, paying somebody that's not a starter, they would see it as unfair. Or if you are paying a freshman the same amount of money as paying a senior, the senior will probably see it as unfairness and probably ask for more money. So there's just a lot of conflicts that athletes could think of, and universities would be losing a ton of money. An example of this is that it could cause and lead to universities cutting programs, cutting clubs, even cutting sports. And especially for universities that probably aren't funded as much. And another thing is that if these universities aren't receiving as much money as they need, it will cause them to have a higher tuition, which is only just more money coming out of athletes. And it will just continue to create more and more in conflict with trying to pay each and every athlete. And this is a huge issue. It's a main problem for paying all these college athletes. So there I have said 3 main reasons why college athletes should not be paid. Yes, it would be extremely beneficial to these athletes. It would be nice to have pocket money. It's nice being paid to help with just everything as a college student and a college athlete. But there are just way too many conflicts going on, way too many issues, and that it would not only affect athletes, it would affect students, coaches, these universities. It affects the whole community. So this is why college athletes should not be paid.